Tax season in full swing right now. Maybe you're kind of trying to gear up and get ready to file at home, but you know what that means. Tax scams are also, working their way through right now. We got to talk about this morning. We are helping you outsmart those scammers. Mark Bakko's here. He's a tax expert with the firm Baker Tilly. Thank you so much for your time this morning. You're going to give us some really useful advice. Appreciate you being here early with us. Let's start with this new scam the Internal Revenue Service is warning about. They're kind of taking a new approach to this one.
Yeah, the scammers are getting better, so they are spoofing phone numbers, either Treasury Department phone numbers or 911, so it looks like it's coming from the police. And they're saying they have a warrant for your arrest. They're quite convincing because with all the information and the data breaches, they know a fair amount of information about you, so they're quite convincing. But the IRS doesn't call you, and they certainly don't want a gift card to make a tax payment.
Right. No, these important things. And we'll walk through all these here this morning. But so they're actually showing up on the caller ID. It looks legitimate when you get that phone call, and we've heard about like the Equifax data breach and things, and they're using that pieces of information that they're able to gather, and they're trying to convince you to just send money to somewhere where you shouldn't.
Yeah, absolutely. So even my daughter received a call, and she should know better because we've talked about it, but they had a lot of information about her, so she thought it was a real call, and the caller ID said 911, and they said, we have a warrant for your arrest. So it scared her. Luckily, she didn't do anything, but they are quite convincing.
And this is the time of year where they really ramp these things up. So let's talk about some other scams people might bump into this time of year. What else have you seen?
Sure. The other one is email. The emails are getting better. The first emails that were out a couple years ago, there were a lot of spelling errors. You could tell it wasn't real.
Sloppy, right.
The new ones are getting much more convincing, but obviously there's a link, and as everyone should know, don't click on a link, because they're going to download a virus to your computer.
Yeah, great transition here, Mark. So let's talk about that. If people get one of these phone calls, maybe an email, what do people do?
You can go out to the IRS website and report it, but honestly, the best thing to do is just hang up and delete the email. Don't click on it.
And we said it quickly earlier, but the Internal Revenue Service in particular is never going to give you a phone call for any reason. They're always going to send you a letter in the standard mail.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you do really owe the government, you can work it out with them, so there should not be a time where you're scared and thinking that they're going to haul you off to jail that day.
Right. There's going to be a process that would unfold in that case. And is there anything else people can do to kind of avoid falling victim to this? I mean, ways to protect their information. What do you suggest when people are worried about this?
Well, just take a deep breath, and if you really are concerned, look up the IRS on at irs.gov and call an 800 number to make sure that it really is a true notice.
And contact your tax professional if you want some advice for filing this year. Mark,
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for being here up early with us at 5 a.m. Witness News. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Good morning.